Hi everybody, this is a pre-recorded video. I am super excited to show you guys this awesome transfer. This is the I am a ghost. I am a ghost. And it says I told you I was sick down the bottom. This piece also can be put on. You can do the for rent instead of the ghost part, and you can do neighbors are dead quiet. You can change it up. You can even put that down here at the bottom, however you want to do it. We are going to use our new awesome surface. This is a reusable surface. It is double-sided. It is a beefed up box. It's got the, like our board and base. It's a beefed up board and base is what I call it. But it is actually called the Black Arch and Base. We have this in black and in white. Both of them are double-sided. Both of them are reusable. Super awesome. Great for any budget. We're going to do this in bright white. And then we're going to go over top of it with our glow in the dark. Our glow in the dark, I'm going to show you guys exactly, using my Watts of Love light, I'm going to show you how much this glows. These are actually from last year. I just so happened to have some extra, so I didn't have to order them when they came back. And they're still glowing. They're still working. The ones that I made from last year are still glowing. So you can see that glow. See the glow? These are super awesome. Now this only comes in paste, so if you're wanting it on a shirt, I have seen people put it on a shirt with other paste or with other ink, so you can keep that in mind. Now I'm not saying it is going to stay, but you could try. Alright, so as always, these are reusable 8 to 12 times. These are silk screen transfer stencils, and this silk screen, you want to always make sure that that is clean. It doesn't matter if the teal is stained, as long as or even the silk screen is stained. As long as it doesn't have any debris in it, it's going to come out clean and crisp every single time. So we are going to use this. Like I said, chalk guarantees 8 to 12 uses, sometimes more. I'm sure you guys have watched my videos before. If you haven't, well, here is a tip. Our transfers, backer sheets, are glossy on both sides, but only one side can have the transfer on it. So you want to write or put something on the back to make sure you know that that's the back, and your transfer is not going to go back on that. If your transfer goes onto the wrong side, it will stick and it would adhere, and it will not come off, and you will ruin your transfer. Or if you do get it off, it's not going to be sticky anymore. And I don't want to see anyone ruin their transfer. So I want you to get all your uses out of it as much as you can. So I always write on the back of my backer sheet. Now you could put a sticker, you could put a piece of tape, you could put just a mark, just so you know that that's the back. I'm going to write on the back, and I always do top, so I know exactly how it goes back on, and I always do a dash mark. The dash mark is so I know how many uses I'm getting out of it. Let's open this up. I'm going to use my crafting scissors because I only use my transfer trimmers for transfers. And there is the base. This base is pretty heavy, so you totally could paint this if that's what you want to do. It is a little bit different than our other base that goes with our board and base. This is like an MDF board. So I don't suggest that you put this outside. Now, if you decide you want to, you could always seal it with a UV protectant spray and make sure it's not going to grab that water. But this would be super cute also sitting outside just for the trick-or-treaters if you wanted to do something like that. We have digital files as well that you can make super cool projects with the digital files. See, this is double-sided and it is pretty thick. It's got some heft to it, so it's pretty nice, great quality, and like I said, it is reusable, so you can reuse it over and over and over. So we're going to use this side. We're going to go with bright white, and then we're going to do the glow in the dark. You can see this transfer is going to be bigger than our fuzzing cloth. That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to move it around and just kind of grab all of the different pieces, fuzzing. Now you can see, you can actually see right through that silk screen. That's what you want. You want to be able to see through it. Even after you've cleaned it, you want to be able to see through it. Also, if you have it and it's not sticky anymore and you've only had, let's say, 5 uses out of it, you can actually use a disinfectant wipe and go back over top of it and make it sticky again. If for some reason your transfer is messed up, chalk will replace it if they have them. Okay, so if it's like a club transfer, that's iffy because that is an exclusive transfer and they only have so many. So if it's something that they no longer have, then obviously they're not going to replace that. I'm not sure how they do all of that, if they give you a credit or if they, you know, how they do that. But you can always contact Chalk and they will work with you. They are amazing. All right, so I'm going to set this off to the side. We are going to get the dog hair off there. I'm not sure how that happened. Now you want to make sure you're taking the transfer all the way up to the top where the design is so that you're going to get this to look right, okay? Hold on. I want it all the way up there at the top. This side is too far over. Let me move you guys down real quick so you guys can see better on what I'm doing. Okay. So you're going to want to move it up here to the top. I'm going to go straight to the top. I'm not going to go off to the side at all. So you just want to make sure that it's on here enough that your transfer is going to look right. Right. Okay, hold on. It's going to take a little finagling. Just have patience. Another way you could do this is you could actually go and put like a light behind it. So you're getting that. This side is not correct. Oh my goodness. So you can get it lined up correctly. I want that right on the edge. So I need the hands right on the edges. There we go. Now we got it. So we're going to go over top of this bright white, and then I'm not going to pull it up. I'm going to go back over top of it with the glow in the dark. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want it to go through and look really awesome. So we're just going to go over top, all of this. We're not going to pull it. We're just going to keep going over top. Oh no, we should probably dry it, guys. Never mind. I'm lying. We probably want to dry it. We don't want that to go into the and pull that paste off there once we go to pull it. So we are going to have to pull it off. All right. You just want to make sure that that silk screen is covered. That is the key. And you want to make sure that you have no lines. Okay, so just keep going until you have no lines. And we'll pull this off. Oh, this is so cool on the black and white. This is super cool. If I can get it off there, that would be great. All right, so loving that. Super cool. That would be really cool also with gray or like a light tan would be cool. So you want to make sure that this is dry because we're going to want to make sure that all of this is dry before we go and do another layer. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get this washed, okay, and then, let me see. No, I think we can do it. I think we can do it without having to wash it. We just want to make sure that this is nice and dry. I saw a trick on how to change the white one and to make it look like an old tombstone So I'm going to try that trick and see how well it works out. I love it. It's going to be a long video though when I do it because it is a technique that you're going to want to do. So we might do that one live. You guys can pop in. It'll be a long live, just a warning. Longer than I normally go. But it will be cool. Like I said, you want to make sure that these are dry. They might look dry, but maybe they're not dry up underneath. So you want to make sure that that is nice and dry. Then you go to lay that transfer back down. All right. So now we're going to lay this back over top. And we're going to make sure that this is back to room temp before you lay your other the transfer back down. You don't want it to be above room temp, because if you do that, it will ruin your transfer, and I don't want that to happen to anyone, obviously. Now it's going to take finagling to get it to go back into the spots that I want it to go into. Not exactly an easy transfer to reline up. The wording will go fine, and then the hands aren't right. So it's going to take a little bit of finagling here. Just a little bit of patience, guys. That's all I ask for. That side, there we go. Now you're going to push it back down. You're probably going to end up with paste on your hands. It's all good. All right, so we're going to pull out another another squeegee, and we're going to grab the glow in the dark. Now don't go light with the glow in the dark. That is the trick with the glow in the dark. You want to go heavy with it because it is a thinner consistency. So you definitely want to go heavy over top, okay? We're just going to go back over top of everything, putting the glow in the dark on there. We'll pull all this extra up. Obviously, we don't want any lines, but you're going to want to go heavy. I learned this last year when I was making a bunch of haunted houses for an event that I do every year called Scarefest. And when I didn't go heavy on some of it, it didn't glow very much. So obviously if you want that glow there, you're going to want it to be nice and thick. I mean, you guys can see how I'm putting it on there. I'm putting it on there nice and thick. Okay, so we're going to pull all this extra off. I'm putting it all back into my paste jar. Now, if you're using a paste single, then you're going to want to be really careful on how much you use, because you obviously can't put that back into the paste single. And this is like really, really thick right there. All right, so then we're going to pull this up. And we are going to dry it, and then I'll show you guys how it glows. Okay, I will show you that. Now when you go to dry it, there is a little trick with our glow in the dark paste. It does go on and dries like almost like a very thin finish. Now obviously when you put it over top of something, you're not going to be able to see that. But you want to double check and make sure it's dry, and you want to go over top of it quite a few times. Because if you don't, it's not going to look right. Or it's not going to be dry, and you're going to touch it, and you're going to get your fingerprints in it, Happened to me when I did the bat one. The chalk made kit with the bat. It was not my finest hour. Thankfully, it was a reusable surface, and I could clean it off and redo it. So let me show you. Okay, we're going to turn on my Watts of Love lights. Watts of Love. We're going to go over top of this. Ooh, not like that. Like this. And I'm just going to make it so it kind of glows in the dark. I'm just going to activate that glow paste. I'm actually going to shut this light off right here. And shut this one off over here. So you guys will be able to see that glow in just a second. Going over top, over top. And there's that glow. How cool is that, right? So you have the glow of the cool tombstone looking transfer. Super cool, right, guys? All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me turn these lights back on so you guys can actually see me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all of your support. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you are not a Shop Couture designer, please click that SHARE button. Spread the love for me. If you want to know more about my VIP group, comment VIP below. And if you want to know more about Club, there will be a link in the description of this video. Thank you guys so much. Bye.